So in this video what we're going to do is add walls. The green one is the retaining wall, and which is all around, and then the gray one is the lift wall. So let's dive into it. Simple. We go to the architecture tab. There is an option for wall, or you could go to the structure tab and go into the option for structural wall. Let's keep it a structural wall for now. And so I'm going to select WA, which is the command for structural wall. And first let's make the retaining wall. I scroll down and I do have a 300 mm retaining wall, which is what currently it requires. You can always change it into the edit. You can change the material, but we don't need it for now. We already have a 300 mm retaining wall available for us. So we are just going to make sure that the height is restrained up to the plinth level. That's how the retaining wall will go, and wall center line, and we're good to go. So we can just start drawing, and also uncheck the chain because the wall is broken from one column to the other. So just from center line to center, from center of the center to the one column to the other, we can just start making these walls straight away. The only thing you're gonna see if you click on the 3D icon is some of these walls are going to want to sort of intersect and overlap the column at the corners. So I can just pull these walls back, click on the wall, and go to this extend icon, and it shows that you need a reference boundary. So I can click on the boundary and click on the column, and it sort of auto adjust to the edge without overlapping over that column. So just a tiny glitch that sometimes can happen when you're making walls around columns. So that's there, and we can keep continuing, like making a wall that is there. And yeah, we're done with the retaining wall. That's about it. And you can again go back and check that there are no overlaps happening. Now about the retaining wall, about the core wall, we can go again, but let's do one thing. Let's find out how thick this wall is, because I'm not sure right now. So I can use the DI command, which is the distance command, and just select on the two edge of the lines. Okay, and it's going to tell me that it's 200, which is what I need. All right, so I'm going to go to WA and I'm going to scroll and see if there's a 200 available. There is generic 200 available. I'm going to edit and add some more information, and going to into the structure, edit. First let's duplicate and just call it a 200 lift wall RCC, and go to edit, click on the structure, the tiny box, search for concrete in situ. That's what our wall is made of. Just adding this extra information so that you can use it, and click OK. And yeah, so this is how it looks. If I click on the preview, that's okay. Now I can start drawing, modeling my wall from edge to edge. It's pretty much the same, just as a retaining wall. I can just click on the edges, on the center line, it snaps wherever, and even if it doesn't align, you can always align it later. But I'm just sort of making it from edge to edge, and making sure I cover all these gray patches from CAD, which is where my wall is. And yeah, I'm gonna zoom in, and sometimes it just becomes a little tricky to find out which one is which one is the CAD line, which one is the Revit line. So I just need to do the align command here. I can change the scale and find out a bit more. All right, so yeah, so the pink one is where I need to align it to. Let's zoom back in, use AL, and kind of make it back. All right, yeah. So I have the retaining walls in green, and I have the core wall in gray. And if I go back to 3D, I can see, and I've also changed while making the core wall. I've kind of extended the height of it to the terrace, whereas the height of the retaining wall is only up till the plinth. All right, so that's something that you need to not forget.